This is Friday, day 2 action from Ultimate Pool Pro Series 1. And this one between John McAllister and Dylan Leary. John McAllister wins the lag and gets underway in the first frame. This is last 32.
Hello Nick, apologies I'm late.
Good morning, joined on comms by Connor Tracy. Good morning, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good, thanks.
Excellent, good match here, close friend of mine John, so looking forward to this one.
Yep. Yeah, it should be a cracker. He's got a good start, as I say, he won the lag and found a ball. He's got a monster break.
Yeah, these yellows are reasonable, just the 8 ball to work out. Obviously it goes in the centre, but it's very difficult, or trying to drop behind it looks like. Probably see him try and get up to the one on the baulk cushion at the moment. Bit of a smelly ball. Could possibly go forward for the one in the right centre after this first, unless he can get there now.
And your first experience over the last couple of days of the pro event. Obviously, nice to get your first win under your belt. That first win can be the hardest sometimes, but you had a good win there over Matt Cook, and then obviously that hill game against Carl yesterday. Just coming up short in the last frame. But how's your experience been so far?
Yeah, it's been a great experience. A little disappointed with my game against Carl. It was actually a really good match. I had my chance to win it, which was the disappointing part. In the decider, I just played a really poor shot. But Carl's class act took out his chance well, and but yeah, winning that first game against Matt was vital. I thought a lot of pressure on that game.
Yeah. Just
to settle really, and then try and regroup and go again today. That's the plan.
Slightly different environment being in this room, doesn't it? It's almost like a sort of. I know you've played in the arena a few times now, but it's almost like a sort of coming of age. You get into the pro, and it's almost like its own little club, isn't it?
Yeah, totally agree. I prefer it out there, to be honest. It's much better being on the arena tables, better game.
Yeah.
You sort of know what you got to do in the pros as well. Some people think it's harder, like the standard is harder, but it's easier for the mind. Like clarity of thought, you just know you've got to play well to get the wins, essentially. You know. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a really good point. I mean, in the Challenger, it's such a varied field. I mean, there's going to be players on there who you should be beating, and that can sometimes have a bit of a psychological effect in itself. The fact that it's someone that you should be beating. But in the pro, there's just no easy draw, is there? There's a couple of people in there maybe that you want to see in your half, but 95% of the field, you're just like, oh yeah, it's not pretty.
Yeah, I totally agree. The good thing with the pro is I do really believe every game is like a 50-50. So yeah, you've got to perform and play your good stuff every match you play. Tricky 8 ball here for John. I might be tempted to take it long here now, to be honest. The cut in the middle was really tough.
Yeah, this is a very tough ball, and so much so he's gone long. He had that red up there, which may have acted as a guide, but I mean he's missed that by quite a distance, and no pressure on Dylan now. The way the 8 balls landed, just whether he can actually get. I think he can get past the 8 to pot that red, so it's a very decent chance.
For me, I can see him just tucking up after this shot. Pot this. Oh, he's actually gone into the 2. Played a nice shot there.
Yeah, I think probably just felt he had a bit of a free go at that, didn't he? Because if it doesn't come out, then you're right. He can then chuck up, but probably worth having a go at the developing shot.
Yeah, for me, I just thought if you tucked up, you'd develop the 2 balls. John, if he hits the black, is opening that red up. So I just thought, for me personally, that was the shot. But he's still in massive control here.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, like you say, with that red near the 8 ball, whether it actually goes or not.
I think he's probably looking at playing the red off the red here, which will obviously open the pocket. I mean, it's a big shot to take on, because if it does go wrong, it opens the pocket for the 8 for John. Ooh,
very fortunate there.
Definitely. Yeah, that's not the way he played it. He put his hand up to apologise, but actually the red hasn't dropped, so
Chance for double here on the 8 ball for John though in the bottom right corner, I think.
Yeah.
John would be delighted with this chance because he'd have expected to lose the frame there, or at least being a pretty awful snooker.
He's looking at coming back down to the left-hand side. He was just eyeing it up there to go cushion first and off the red, but I think the red's probably just a bit close to the cushion to play that.
Yeah, I think he goes bottom right here. I think the slide of the table will help him here.
Ooh.
Maybe the double wasn't on, so we had to go cushion first.
Yeah.
Then.
Very close to getting it in the middle.
These are the chances you want for Dylan though, like bread and butter here for him really. Literally nothing to do with the cue ball, and such a great player Dylan is.
Yeah, he's solid, isn't he? He's a very, very experienced player. He's been playing for national pool for Northern Ireland for many years.
Yeah, you don't want to pop both reds here, I'd say. He's going to try and drop this in as slow as he can, I'd imagine. Then I'd imagine he'll trap down for the one on the blue spot next. A1 position really. Nice stop shot and then 2 balls over the hole. So that'll be 1-0 to Dylan then.
Yeah, just coming from that one error.
Yeah, the 8 ball was tricky in that finish. He just landed dead straight on his last yellow, did John, and he tried to spin off the 2, but the side don't particularly take on new cushions very well, and I think that's what happened there. It sort of trapped on the cushions, and if they see they're fairly large odds, they'll have a little punt on themselves. So an unsuccessful break there from Dylan, and not the easiest chance for John. It's difficult to really choose what colour you'd go here. First look you'd think yellows are the ball, but then reds have only got one dodgy ball really, and you could play the red in the centre of the table off the yellow, which could in turn open the red and yellow together.
Yeah, there's a few recognisable names in that tier 2. As you say, it's a very, very open field. I see Sam Chambers playing on it.
Here he's, I think he's a lad from Murphy's, isn't he? I think he's pretty decent. That's
Yeah,
the lad I'm thinking of.
Was yeah, he's that way. He used to play in the same team as the Webbs.
Oh, okay.
With Seb Webb and
great shot. He played
the dad.
I haven't seen that family for a while. I'm not sure if they still play too often. But that was a great shot there from John. Opened the balls up nicely, and he's only really got one awkward red now, and it's the red between the 8 ball and the yellow ball. Trying to navigate how he gets on that. Played a nice shot there. He's removed the yellow out of the way for the red, so it actually goes into this bottom corner now. Probably see John trying to get to the 8 ball spot here, and then he's got a fairly straight red into the corner past the yellow. Makes his life a lot easier. A little bit short. May have to stun across now for the red over the corner, or top past the other red if he can. I think he'll stun through the gap here personally, the gap of the black and red, and then play for the red over the hole. Played that nice. So you'll probably see him play the one in the blue spot now into the left centre, and try and get the cue ball on the right hand cushion, or the other option is to play the one over the pocket first and screw back to the baulk line and leave himself straight in the bottom corner. He's got 2 options really.
Yeah, he's a lovely cueist, isn't he? He's got such a great kind of nice, slow, languid cue action.
Yeah, he's the same on every shot as well. It's not easy to do.
Yeah. He very very similar to Shane Thompson in that cue action. It's a extended backswing with like a really nice long pause at the top of it. In his first year on Ultimate Pool, I mean, he didn't lift any silverware, but at the same time, he was the highest ranking new professional. So that in itself shows that he adapted the best of the lot. I mean, you would expect him to. He's a top player, former world champion. He's got the pedigree, but in his mind, he's going to want to lift the trophy, isn't he? I mean, he's a winner, so he's until he lifts that trophy, then he's not going to be satisfied.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he might have made 2 semi-finals last year. I think he ran into Tom in one of them. Can't recall who beat him in the other, but I'm pretty certain it was 2 semi-finals.
Yeah.
Like you say, he did win the Pairs Cup. That's one trophy he picked up, but like you say, no individual trophies. But no, I think this year he's got a great opportunity to win a trophy.
Yeah.
It's not gone great for Dylan there. Very tricky shot now into the top left corner, I'd think. Unless he fancies a double on the yellow in the bottom left corner, that is. I feel like he has to take the yellow in the top left now, just because there's no other way of getting back to it.
Yeah, I agree. It has to be the ball to take. Don't have to do too much with the cue ball either. Runs through the gap.
Extension, please.
6 games in action. So Jez Graham's won the first 2 frames against Ryan Fleming. Jez off the back of a really nice comeback against Tom Cousins yesterday.
Yeah, I watched that. He did well. He looked dead and buried at 5-3 down, I think it was. He took out 2 really nice finishes with about 3 minutes to go.
It's only the pace that's taken that ball in. That was if he played that any harder, I think that would have rattled. It was to fire jaw.
Yeah, new cloths always play quite forgiving. They do tend to just sort of slide in off the jaws. I'm not too sure why that is, but it's always the case.
Sean Sharkey, Eddie Barker, 0-0. Yet to get a frame on the board. Jack Whelan has won the first frame against Alf Dad. Cy Fitzsimmons has won the first frame against Kyle Cope. That should be an interesting game, see how that one unfolds. And Aaron Davis won the first frame against John Rowe. Aaron also had a great comeback yesterday against current world champion in Clayton Castaldi, was 5-1 behind and then came back to win a 6-way shootout.
Yeah, I've seen that. Aaron put in a good time as well. I think he was chasing early 20s and Aaron put in maybe 20 or 19 seconds. So never easy going second chasing that time, but yeah, he did a good visit there.
Just overrun this one a fraction.
I'm wondering if the yellow goes in the right centre, if he can kiss the red here. So he might be targeting the red next to the yellow.
Yeah.
But it's very grippy, this table, and there's every chance that he gets into this too much and hits the yellow. But it might work in his favour, as long as he doesn't hit the right hand side of the yellow, because that'll obviously let the white ball going off. Very good. Oh, he's missed the part. I was just keeping my eye on the cue.
Yeah, me too. You kind of expect that pot to go in, but he's focused on the cue ball and forgotten the object. And this is a great chance for John to win frame 3.
Yeah, John will be delighted with this. Not a great deal of work. The 2 reds below the 8 ball, they are accessible, but you have got to get a good cue ball to get on. The 5 up the top now, well 4 now, they're pretty routine really. It just decides which ball he uses to come down now. He's got a big margin really. If he lands a cue ball anywhere near the blue spot, he's going to be okay on the one near the 8 ball spot. Plenty of room to take these out. He could play for the left or the right hand side of the 8 in a few shots time, so plenty of options. Don't think he's played the best shot there.
No,
it looks nothing really, but he looks a bit too much angle on every ball here at the top of the table.
Yeah.
Because now it looks like he's got to load this one up with lots of left hand side to hold. But John is fairly good with the side shot, so I do expect him to still play it right. That might actually work in his favour. I don't think he's noticed yet, but he's on the one at the left of the 8 ball, and he could actually take that now if he wanted to. No, it's not ideal going up and down the table, but if he's on it pretty nice, it's worth taking. Just shows there though, he put a lot of left spin on that, but because the cushions are new and still fairly soft, it just doesn't take.
Judge the cannon well.
Yeah, he's just got to play a direct screw back now. Just hit the cushion before the middle left centre pocket, and he'll have the choice of both balls, is what I think he'll play. Probably load it all with a bit of reverse spin as well. So right hand side in this instance, just to get a bit closer to the two balls.
This is the kind of shot I was talking about. If you look at the pace that he plays this shot at, and the action that he gets on the cue ball, it just shows for any of the players who are learning the game, you don't need to hit that ball hard, you just need to time it well and just get right through the cue ball. It's all about the follow through that shot.
Yeah, I was surprised he punched it in there. I didn't realise he had the angle. I thought it was very straight, but it just shows what can be done with this cue ball. Probably see John play this with right hand spin now to come off the two cushions. But it looks like he's going left. Yeah, I didn't like that shot because the side just doesn't take very well. I thought he'd have went right hand side and went off the top and right side to come towards the 8 ball.
I agree. I think playing towards the cue ball, there's so little that can go wrong. When you're playing the shot that John played,
Nice
when you're playing kind of across the line of the path that you want to hit.
I think he's won 2 of the, I don't know if the seniors are over 40s titles now, but looks like his form's there or thereabouts, so it's great to see. Another dry break from Dylan though, so I believe that's 2 out of 2 now, and these yellows are very presentable at first glance. He does hit the break very soft for me. He always wants that middle pocket.
Yeah.
He always wants to get a ball in that left centre, as we're looking at the screen now, but it's not my sort of cup of tea break really, because I think if that ball doesn't go in, you're not getting a ball.
Yeah, you're in trouble. Yeah, I have to agree. And you can see this layout. I mean, they're just all there.
Yeah, the only ball that's a little awkward is the one near the 3 reds. He's just got to get right on it. I'm not sure John's too great here. I know he's got the one in the right centre, but that red he's near is going to be pushing towards the other yellow near the left centre, and I don't know if he'll have another yellow after this. Unless this yellow passes the yellow bottom right. Oh, it must go through the gap.
Cool.
Oh, he's played the plant.
He's played the plant,
Very good shot. Probably see him take potentially the one in the right middle. He could trap between the gap of the red and the 8 ball here to get on the other one, but the margin for error is quite small.
Yeah, it's quite a big angle as well, isn't it?
Yeah. The actual yellow in the left middle is a better ball to get on that yellow in the top left now. But yeah, he might clear this one on the bottom left and then play the shot afterwards. It's always fascinating to see how every player goes about it, because we're all different. We always see it slightly different ways.
I think he would have wanted an angle here. I'm not sure if he's just a touch straight. He may just be okay. That I think he's going to play the one to right centre and then just run the cue ball through to take the one to bottom right after.
Yeah, and then he'll run it through again.
Yeah, he did just straight enough.
He might be okay if he plays it with a bit of run inside, but he needs to get below this red.
Yeah.
He's actually looking at coming back now for it, but I'm not sure about that myself.
Yeah, I'm with you. Stay low.
Because if he can get below this red now, he's just literally got drop-ins. He can drop the one in the left centre and run through the gap with the red and the 8 ball. But he has to load the sort of quite a lot of right-hand side. Think he's got there, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think he's okay. He's just got enough angle.
It might be one of those shots though, he might have to punch this through.
Yeah.
It looks fairly straightish, so he might have to pump this in to get between the red and the 8 ball, I think.
Yeah, the natural angle probably just runs up into the... yeah, maybe okay actually.
Do you reckon he's hitting the red near the yellow?
No, yeah.
I reckon he could I think he punches
I
through
think
the
he
gap.
can miss it.
Oh no, you were
Yeah.
right, yeah. Played it well. I wonder if he can nip this in now and screw into the red to the right of the yellow. Or if he has to, that's what he's looking at, just see if he can brush off the left hand side of that red. And then he'll have the 8 ball in the right middle then. But to me it looks like he's hitting that red fairly full, but it's difficult to see.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
Played it well.
Yeah, judged pace really well. Very tidy clearance, actually.
Yeah, John looks good. Very sharp this morning. It's just the team they have together. Ooh,
It's brilliant.
break.
It really is brilliant to have that kind of just that constant support in your corner. I mean, I don't think there's anyone. I've never seen quite such loyalty in pool with anybody, really. I mean,
especially considering Jeff's not like family either. You could understand it a little bit more if it was like John's dad, for example.
Yeah.
You know, because you do see that in a lot of sports, don't you? Like the old man sort of sticks around with the son, but in this, it's very rare to see someone who's just such a close friend supporting so well. So John's broke dry here. Yellows look okay at first glance, but that yellow between the 3 reds is a bit tricky to get on. He may be looking at trying to kiss one of the reds now.
Yeah, this.
I'm not too sure what he played there. I think he was trying to get on that yellow in the middle, maybe, but he's overscrewed it. Do you think he can play the yellow off the yellow in the middle? I'm not sure.
I was looking at that myself, and I think it's a tough one. It may just be on. He's looking at it now. I reckon it goes. Yeah.
Played that okay. Like you say though, the yellow between the 3 reds, it's very difficult to solve that. I don't really know the best way of going about it. He may have to try and leave. Well, ideally, this yellow now he'd be potting is the one he'd want to leave half ball and float down, but he can't do that now.
I'm not sure if we have a overhead view. Because I just wonder whether that yellow near the 3 reds, it doesn't go anywhere, does it? I wondered if it passed into bottom left, but it doesn't. So
I think his plan here, he wanted to leave this yellow in the middle to track down. He's got a lot of work here to do. So what he's looking at here, I think, is pot the yellow, miss the red to the left, and come across the left side to play the yellow in the same pocket. Oh, he's lost the cue a little.
Yeah.
He's in big trouble now. The only way he's not in trouble here is if he can pot this yellow in the middle and track down towards the other yellow, but I don't think he can.
I think he's dead straight on it, and hampered by the cushion as well, which means that he can't really do much with the cue ball at all.
Yeah, the only other option, it's not easy, but if he could jack up and come back an inch, he'd then have the yellow in the top left corner, which could then track him back down, but it's very, very difficult. So much so he may be even looking at the double.
He is. Or the thin cut back.
Ooh, has he got it?
No.
And he's left John absolutely perfect here to develop those 2 poor red balls. With the yellow going over the pocket though, it's not guaranteed to come out nicely.
Yeah, I was going to say, it does cause a bit of a headache, because he's going to push the second red towards that pocket.
He could look at just screwing off one of them, the face of it, and then he'll have... So if he flicks his first red, the white will go to the right, and then he'll have both in the same pocket. But he's gone for more power. He's had a result there.
Yeah, very good.
Couldn't have come out much better, really.
Yeah, if that red goes towards that top pocket and doesn't pot the yellow, then
it's a lot of work. You'd think here he has to really play one of the reds in the top left corner now. In an ideal world, you want to leave that red in the right centre to track down for this red, but he's plenty of room. He can use another red to come down for it later on in the visit. I think what he's looking at now is trying to leave one of them 2 reds in the left centre for second last ball to come down to the right side. I think that's what his plan was. So it'll be interesting what ball he uses now to come down. The way I really see it now, he could pop the red into the right centre he's closest to, pop the next red into the left centre, and then he could pop the one over the hole, and then use the red on the baulk line into the same pocket he's potting now to track the cue ball down. I think that would be the route I'd look at taking. So yeah, play that, play the other red in the same pocket. I'd then play the red over the corner pocket and then leave this red in the pocket now into the left centre to track down, I think is my route. So there's a lot of margin for error that way.
Kyle Cope, Seifert Simmons, 2 frames each. Really interested to see how Kyle adapts into this field. He's often touted as the one big up and coming player to keep your eye on, and who could argue, because he's got the whole all-round package. He's got a great support network, and he's got a great game. Had a very good win against Shane Thompson yesterday, and now just trading blows with Simon Fitzsimmons. He seems like he's already settled into this field.
Yeah, very capable player. Puts the time in and deserves what he gets out of it, really. I think the good thing I've seen is though, even like the game, a lot of people are calling it like a shot result against Chris Mellon yesterday. Brian beat him quite comfortably, but I was saying to someone, it looks like everybody's putting in the time now, so you will see, I wouldn't say the shocks as such, but everybody's going to be sharper for these events. Everybody wants to come here and do well.
It levels the field, doesn't it? I mean,
the gap gets smaller between the players, in my opinion, so where the bookies do price, like Mellon would have been ridiculously odds on there to win that game, but in reality it's not like that. Everybody's got the game in them nowadays, and I do really believe most games are, wow, can't believe that's gone on. I do really believe most games are 50-50 nowadays. As long as the underdog starts off fairly well.
Well, look at Cleve Thompson against Jordan Shepherd. I mean, Jordan was 1-10 going into that match.
Who'd have picked that?
Going into the 6-red shootout, he was probably about 1-25 on this. And I think it's probably similar for Christie in some ways. You know, I mean, be interesting to see Christie over this season as well, and see how he adapts. Great win yesterday, but it's doing it over the weekend. Yeah,
I watched that game yesterday and I thought he played great. He's a close friend of mine, and I know his true potential really, and I know how good he can be and how capable he is really. So yeah, I know he's set himself up properly this weekend. He's really given it a good go, so I really expect good things from him this year. Pretty fortunate where we are really, like our location. I think we've got 5 or 6 of the pros now in Coventry alone, so yeah, and he's one of them, so good things for Coventry hopefully. I still class John as a Coventry lad, even though he's moved up north with his girlfriend now, but yeah, he's still a Coventry lad for us. Obviously we've got Vivek as well, Josh Kane, Phil Parker, and there's quite a few our neck of the woods which can hold a queue. But no, it'll be interesting. Hopefully some of the Cov boys can have some good runs this weekend. That's always the goal.
I guess Callum Singleton must be fairly near, isn't he? Is he?
Northampton he is, so yeah, he's about an hour away, so he's not too far. I know Josh goes over fairly often to play Callum, but yeah, sort of Midlands area is quite good. Good chance here. I wonder if the yellow passes are red in the bottom left corner. If it does, these yellows are fairly routine. That's not his best shot though. Very difficult now. I don't know how he gets on his next ball.
We have to take that one to left pocket now.
Oh yeah, of course. Bloody hell. My eyes were on the one into the bottom right there.
Yeah.
I wonder if he plays it as in like the bulk line now, so he can play through the gap of the 2 yellows, and if he over or under hits it like this, played it perfect. It was just a free shot really, and that's his hardest ball to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Because if he played that and under hit it, it was always going to have a yellow in either bottom left or bottom right corner anyway. So he needs to really jack up and get on the yellow in bottom left now, and then it's basically frame over. Decelerated a little bit there. He's got a bit more angle than he wanted.
Yeah, it's suddenly just slightly more awkward.
Yeah. You may see he might have to stun between the yellow and reds here and play for the yellow in the left centre, I think.
Yeah.
Unless he can play a cannon onto the yellow. I think that's what he's going to do, stun between the yellow and red. It's quite a nice shot to play as well. You can hit it quite nice. It's harder than it should have been though. If he's straight on that one in the corner, it's as good as over this frame. Nice shot. Starting to make a big lead in this match now, isn't he, John?
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult for Dylan to get back into this.
James Gray and Ryan Fleming now tied up at 3 each. But the one thing, I mean, we were talking earlier about the fact that the field is getting closer to each other. I mean, if you look down through the players left, then a lot of those big names have already gone.
But the thing I noticed yesterday, all the newcomers, the new pros, majority of them actually won yesterday, with the exception of probably 3 or 4 out of the new 10 or 12, and I think that just shows really and speaks volumes that they're not here just to make the numbers up, and all the new players are here to actually have a go and sort of take them out, really, you know.
Yeah. Of course, Stevie as well. Stevie Dempsey went.
Yeah, Stevie lost the
yesterday,
park in
so-
one of our lads, yeah. Great chance here, really. Can't really see him missing these yellows.
And that was, he took a fair bit off that break, just controlled it really well. Look at this split compared to, you know, Dylan's break, that kind of softer cut break that he's been employing. John's given it so much more chance to actually pot a ball.
Yeah, for me as well, because the conditions are so nice. You don't have to hit the break with any power either on the front ball. Like, you'll see most players are probably hitting them at, right, maybe 60-70% of their actual capacity, and I personally think that's more than enough on these tables. You should be potting the ball more often than not, really, the way they spread. So it's quite good here. He can nip the one in the middle pocket, play the one over the left corner, which connects nicely to the right middle again, and then he's got the bottom left and then left bottom again. So yeah, he's pretty good here. He's A1 position for me. You'll probably see him play the 8 ball in the right centre, I'd say, from the pattern he's going. All the other games appear to be fairly close, but it looks like John could run away with this one now.
I was just about to say the same thing. This is the only one that's really one-sided. Aaron Davis 4-2 up against John Rowe. That's the biggest gap. Everyone else is either one frame in it or all square.
Starting to motor a little now, isn't he? He's feeling good.
Yeah, he's up this pace. Looks ominous for Dylan now.
Yeah, big way to claw this lead back, really, especially the way John's playing at the moment. He's took all but every chance.
Yeah, he's really, really flowing now. You know, sometimes you'd be looking down the barrel of a 5-1 or a 6-1, thinking to yourself, "I'm still in this game," because, you know, he's not playing great. They have a deal with Rasson, and it shows Rasson how seriously they're taking this deal, because they've designed and created a brand new table. It gets no better for Dylan.
It's gone from bad for worse, really.
Yeah, they've designed a brand new table for English 8 ball. The first table has landed in the country. I know it's been undergoing some testing down in Bristol in the Home Leisure Direct headquarters. So it's I think they've had a few of the pro players down there having a bit of a play on it, just to give their opinion, give their views, and make any necessary adjustments and changes. Hopefully it's a table. I'm sure it will be a table that everyone can be proud of.
Yeah, I think it's exciting times for ball, really. Getting a major player on board like Rasson should be good things to come, really, for it.
You need to be careful with that cue ball. I've seen fouls called when the cue ball's been that close to the line. It looked like it was bang on the line from where he was playing it.
I think the rule might be something like 25% allowed to cross over the line, is it? I'm not 100% sure on the rule on that. You should know it, really, as a player, but I'm not never 100% sure on that rule.
Was very close. Like I say, I've seen a one or two contentious calls from that situation. The referee positioned himself bang on the line, so he was spot on.
Played a great shot there, put in the corner to develop his only dodgy ball. And these reds are sitting pretty now. Can't really see a mistake coming in. Does look like the cue ball's going away from his work now, so he may have to go up and down the table unless he feels he can hold. I played that perfect.
Lovely shot.
You may see him screw into the yellow now on the blue spot area. I know he'll be half ball on the red in the left centre, but he can use the other yellow to hold the cue ball for the red in the bottom left. I think these are quite nice here, to be honest. Played that well. You'll probably see him nip the one in the middle. He could even take the one bottom right. He's got so much chance, so many options here.
Yeah.
Another finish from the break as well. Dylan's not put too much wrong in this match, really. John's just looked flawless, to be fair. Just that missed 8 ball in the first. I don't think he's made a mistake from that.
Yeah, if he keeps up this over the weekend, then he's going to have a great chance, because it's been an absolutely spotless performance from John McAllister.
Wasn't clean.
as he knuckles that red.
I know people always say, "Oh, the bags are massive and stuff," but get out there and have a go is what my answer is.
Absolutely, yeah.
And not just that, it is the same for both players, isn't it, as well? So
yeah, absolutely.
Bit of a demolition job that was, really.
It really was. That's
played some great stuff.
Superb performance from John McAllister. I'm going to go straight round to the bookmaker and have a look at what his price is for this event, because he is cueing the ball really well.